Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About Life. In today's segment, I will be going over a huge topic that I notice I see people on social media debating, and that is being able to pursue what you want in life. Essentially going after whatever you desire, okay? So in this video, I just want to bring up some points before we even get into the meat of this segment, and that is relationships, careers, dreams, any type of aspiration that you have. These are things that you need to hold very dear to your heart, okay? These are the things that you need to figure out within yourself so that you have a better understanding of self so that you can go after and accomplish those goals that you have. So the first thing I want you guys to know, and women, is that you need to first figure out who you are and what you want out of life. Life is beautiful. There's so many things we could do, but we have a limited amount of time. Let's be for real. You know, you grow up, you start as a baby, you move into your toddler years, then from there you're in your teenagers, and then before you know it, you're an adult, okay? And then you have a few stages in between those, but ultimately that's how it goes, okay? So we have a short period of time to really decide what we want to do, because 10, 20 years, that goes by like nothing. You know, I'm already going to be 28, you know, and it's like, it's crazy. Time has passed by severely. I still remember when I was a child. So to put things in perspective, to get onto the meat of the video, if you have someone that you're interested in, and I'm going to use this as an example, you have a relationship, or you see a person that you're like, damn, you know, from a guy's perspective, you're like, damn, she's fine, you know, let me see what she's all about. Don't hesitate. Go after and pursue her. Go up to her and talk to her and try to see if, you know, you guys can set up a date and see if you can connect with her. That's as simple as that, okay? You might be nervous, you might have some feelings of like, I don't know if this is a good idea. If that's what you want, go for it, okay? I'm not saying to harass the person either, because I had a Facebook discussion earlier a few days ago, and some people were like, oh, well, you know, you got to be careful because some women don't think like that. You got to be careful on how they... No. It's not up to you to decide how someone else thinks. You think for yourself, okay? So that's already like a false little debate. You're not worried about how someone else can perceive you. You just need to make sure that if you want something, you go after it. And you do it the best way that you can, okay? And I'm not saying if you have great game, by all means spit it out and see where it goes. If you don't have great game and you're nervous or whatever, or you just don't have that, still go up to her. Still exercise some confidence, because we're all unique. We're all different, you know? So just because you may feel like you're not, you know, that person may not be as approachable or whatever's going in your mind, do not doubt yourself. Again, you only have one life. So one life and a short period of time, let's be for real. You don't have time to waste. So go after what you want, okay? Now, if it's a career, you know, if it's something that you really desperately want or something that you just been focused on, by all means, do what you gotta do to get there, okay? But that takes time. You can't expect to get into something right away. So if you have right now like an idea and it just came up and you're like, okay, I have a feeling of what I want to do, I'm passionate about this, I love this or whatever, then start working on it. If I were you, I would create small little goals so that you can reach that big goal at the end, you know? And these small little goals could be every week. Every week, strive to accomplish something that's going to get you closer to your main goal, okay? I hope that makes sense. Now, people, this also applies, and also you have to put yourself out of this mentality. If, let's say, you are in a relationship, okay, and you're with someone, if that person no longer wants you, you're gonna have to move on. Unfortunately, some of the people that we love and care for strongly may no longer feel the same. Some people get with you for reasons that it may be unknown to you at the time, or still at this point, that you're like, I don't know, we were together for months or years, and all of a sudden they just cut out, you know? It's like they didn't give it much thought to leave you. You have to realize that whoever left you, they already had an idea that they weren't going to be with you, or they had an idea that you weren't the one, okay? And that could be based on rational decisions or irrational decisions, okay? You have to understand, like, if it's a man dealing with a woman, a lot of women are focused and geared with emotion. They always search for their feelings, and if their feelings for this point in time is as such, that is how they're going to treat the situation. Very few females, or women I should say, they're in control of their feelings. And that's just a fact. If we want to go into some other discussion, I can always have this talk. But for the most part, most women, it's very difficult for them to control their feelings. So when they feel for you, they're all aboard. You know, when a woman loves you, they're 100% with you. Even if it's irrational and it doesn't make any sense, they'll be right there with you. But if a woman doesn't feel for you, despite what you're doing for them, despite what you have been accomplishing and contributing to that relationship, you have to realize that there's a chance it's not going to work out. And you know why it's not going to work out? Because their heart isn't with you. And it may be with someone else, or just maybe nowhere to be found at this point in time. So you have to accept that and move forward with your life. Now that may be difficult, but again, this video is to go after what you want. But it has to be within your power, of course, because you may want a woman, and if the woman doesn't want you, you can't force her to want you. You know, you could try to make her see that, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. You know, if you have kids together with her, if you have, you've spent a lot of time, you might be able to use some points and bring it up to that person and say, hey, we have this going on. I don't think, right now you're in the right frame of mind. That could be very well the case. But it could also be that she was never really into you in that way. Just because you're both laughing, just because you're both having really good experiences with another, that's perspective. From your lenses, you're seeing her happy, she's smiling, she's laughing. All of these things are going on, but how she feels, she might be like, this guy's just a good friend. He makes me feel good, but I'm not feeling that sexual connection. I'm not feeling that connection where I want to be with this person. That could be very well the case. And that is unfortunate, and it's something that I will probably talk about in another video, where I feel like feelings need to be put on aside and more logic needs to be used, because a lot of people in relationships, they go based on feelings, especially the women, and they don't go after their needs. So there's essentially your wants, which are associated with your feelings, and then your needs, which are associated to life and reality. Okay, and that could be based on your financial situation, your living situation, someone there that's always going to be there for you in that sense that you can count on them. All of these factors are things that you may need in your life, and that will supersede your feelings. You can love someone from a distance, you can have strong feelings from someone from a distance, but that doesn't mean you should be with them. Okay, and that's something that everyone should hear this, and that's something that I'm going to talk about in the future. But anyways, like I said, guys and girls, pursue your dreams, your desires, your goals. Don't give up on them, okay? As long as they're within your power. If it has to do with a person, you have to give that person space, and if that person doesn't come back to you, it's okay. And odds are you are probably better without them, because you want someone to desire you when it's a relationship. When it's a career, you need to have passion for it. You can't strive and work on someone else's behalf. You have families that they'll have their children grow up in a certain way just so that they can relive their own lives. And it's like, no, your life is your own. If your child wants to be something else than what you were, then allow them. Everyone has one life. You're allowed to live it the way you seem fit. And that's something that some people do lose track of, or it's just out of sight, out of mind, because they're so caught up on, oh, you need to do these things, or you should do these things because you'll be successful, or you'll have this business, or whatever. Every case is different, but we've all heard that before, whether you're on the lower class spectrum or the higher class spectrum, it just depends. So again, pursue your dreams, work hard at it, fight for it. And when it has to do with relationships, pursue the person. If the person is showing resilience, you can always explain to them your feelings and see if they can see your perspective. If not, that's it. It's a dub. Let them go. Let them do them. If they come back, great. But at that point, you have to now decide, is it wise to allow this person back in your life? If a girl or a guy left you and they months later, years later, whatever, they try to enter your life because now things are different. You know, you might be in a better position in life, you know, which you should be. So now they might enter your life and it's like they see you as an opportunity. You wouldn't know how they feel about you or what their true intentions are, or if they really feel like they made a mistake. My advice, I would move on and not deal with any exes. I have a policy where once you're an ex, you're washed away. That's it. You're an ex, I exed you out of my life entirely. I don't even keep in touch with you. That's my method. Some people may disagree with that. Some individuals will be like, you can be friends with exes, you can do this. No. For me, once you escape that boundary of sex and intimacy and all that good stuff, they ain't no friend here. It's either we're together or we're not, and then move on. So that's what I can say on that. If you have any other questions based on this video, leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to this channel. It's still new. I know I haven't been putting out as much content, but now I got my new equipment. As you can see, this video is going to be way more HD, and it's just going to be overall really good quality. As for the editing, I'm going to probably have something new on my channels where I have like an opening and a closing, something nice. I usually kind of just have basic stuff, but we're going to improve the quality overall. So expect that in the future. And as always, this channel is all about you.